All right, let's get into a really fascinating business mystery. We're talking about how 7-Eleven, a global retail titan, managed to spectacularly, and I mean spectacularly, collapse in Indonesia. It's a wild story. I mean, really, how does that even happen? You've got this booming market, and suddenly the world's favorite convenience store just vanishes. It's gone. We're going to unpack the regulatory traps and the huge cultural missteps that led to this billion rupiah disaster. And this is the absolute core of the story. It's a total paradox. The more popular 7-Eleven became with young Indonesians, all that foot traffic, all those people packing the stores, well, that was the very thing that drove its profits straight into the ground. It's a classic case of confusing crowds with cash. Okay, so to understand how they got so big in the first place, before the crash, we have to understand a really key part of Indonesian culture. The concept is called nongkrong, and it basically means hanging out, just socializing for hours and hours. But here's the crucial part. It's often done over a super minimal purchase, like maybe one single drink that you nurse for the entire evening. So 7-Eleven saw this and went all in. They offered free Wi-Fi, comfy outdoor seating, air conditioning, the whole shebang. They turned their stores into the trendiest social hubs for young people. And it worked. The strategy led to explosive growth. Their stores were packed day and night. On the surface, it looked like they were absolutely crushing it. But you can see where this is going, right? The reality was completely different. They'd built the perfect place to hang out, not to actually shop. That hangout culture that made them look so popular, it was literally making them go broke. So let's get into the nitty-gritty, the economics of it all. Just how expensive was it to be the city's living room? Well, get this. The average basket size, that's just what each customer spent, was shockingly low. We're talking less than $2. People would come in, buy one cheap drink, and then camp out in a valuable seat for hours, soaking up the free Wi-Fi and the AC. And this created a totally fatal imbalance. On one side, you've got these incredibly high operational costs, premium real estate in the city, huge electricity bills for that constant air conditioning. And on the other side, almost no revenue, just tiny profits from low-margin snacks and drinks. The math just didn't work, not even close. So the business was already bleeding money, but then a change in government regulation came along and basically pushed it right over the cliff. Yep, in 2015, the Indonesian government banned the sale of alcohol in all mini-marts and convenience stores. Now, for 7-Eleven, this wasn't just some small hurdle. Oh no, this was a devastating knockout blow. Just like that, about 15% of their total revenue gone, vanished overnight. Beer was one of their key high-margin products that actually helped cover some of those massive costs. Losing that income stream was absolutely crippling. But it was about more than just the money. Grabbing a beer with friends was a huge part of 7-Eleven's whole cool factor. The ban totally killed their late-night vibe. It took away the main reason a lot of their adult customers were even there. So while 7-Eleven was having this massive identity crisis, a much, much bigger battle was being fought and lost on pretty much every street corner. See, their entire business model was the complete opposite of what local competitors like Indomart and Alfamart were doing. While 7-Eleven was building these huge, expensive social hubs, the local guys were focused on small, super efficient stores designed for one thing: selling essential goods fast. And the difference in scale, it is just staggering. At its absolute peak, 7-Eleven had about 190 stores in Indonesia. Indomart and Alfamart, together, they had nearly 40,000. They were everywhere, running on a lean, profitable model that 7-Eleven just couldn't even dream of competing with. And that market saturation was really the final nail in the coffin, because even if 7-Eleven had wanted to change to pivot to a more traditional convenience store model, there was just no room left. The local guys had already claimed every corner. So what can we take away from this epic retail collapse? It really serves as a powerful and very, very expensive case study. The biggest lesson here boils down to one key business concept: glocalization. See, 7-Eleven did a great job observing the local nongkrong culture. They saw it, but they completely failed to adapt their business model to actually make money from it. It is a textbook billion rupiah globalization failure. So the key takeaways are crystal clear. You have to truly understand the financial side of local culture, not just the social trends. Your business model has to actually be profitable, from the get-go. And you can never, ever underestimate the home field advantage of local competitors or the game-changing impact of government regulations. And if you look at the Indonesian market today, the verdict is in. The future wasn't in these big, expensive community hubs. It was in the lean, mean, high-speed convenience model that Indomart and Alfamart perfected. The market has definitely spoken. Which, leaves us with one last question to think about. This isn't just a history lesson. As you look around at the big global brands operating today, maybe even in your own country, which ones do you think might be confusing popularity with actual profitability? It's a question worth asking.